Zach Miller here with the Region Sports Network here. Joining me today is Hanover Central head coach Tony Bartolomeo. Coach, thank you for joining us today.
Hey, awesome. Another one. Let's do it.
This is an awesome time and a second time appearance here on the 100 Yards interviews. We're glad to have you here. I want to ask you to start here. How has the spring been here? I know we talked a little bit briefly. I said, how's the off season been? And you quickly told me, no, there is no off season.
No, we just keep going. We were out here last night. We go late in the spring. We try to work around the kids' schedules with work and other spring sports, of course, and obviously facility use in the spring. So if we can't go in here, we teach in the classroom, or if it's rainy in the field house, to just try to get better.
How is it getting these kids, like you said, from work, from potentially other sports here? How is it getting them involved and acclimated into this new football season?
Well, you are where you want to be. Our kids do a tremendous job of showing up prepared to learn. It's honestly a joy to coach the kids that are here. And that's kind of what I tell the kids. You are where you want to be, and we don't really have to convince them or force them to be somewhere they're not. They want to be with us, and they want to be coached, and we're excited to do that.
What's the biggest part about spring install?
Spring install is a time where we can slow down and reteach. We start back at square one, from spacing to stances to base plays to coaching points. I mean, we start all over like we know nothing. So we can kind of get some of the details. And some of the younger kids, they've never had that. And for some of the older kids, it's a chance for them to maybe sharpen some of the skills necessary to be really good at this game.
How is it finding those leaders from this new group of players here, this new group of seniors during the spring period?
Yeah, you're always curious to see that the class before kind of goes away, and now the next group, and how they kind of take command. And I've been really pleased with some of the kids who we've been counting on, and now it's their turn, and they're teaching others, and they're making sure that things are done to our standard.
Who are some names that have stood out to you thus far?
Names that have stood out to me in the off season have been, Corey Hazley's a very good leader for us. Wyatt Toole as well. Anthony Lehman. People that I can always count on to do well in and out the classroom. Jack O'Connell, our center, and there's on and on and on. But those guys are the guys that I've been around a long time, and I kind of go to when I need something and kind of get the pulse or the temperature of the team.
A few of those names were some key returners from this past season, particularly some juniors that were some of the greatest contributors offensively for you. Can you talk a little bit about now having those juniors coming into their senior year be really your big contributors?
Sure. Last year we had really big question marks. We had a bunch of kids returning who really had no varsity time, especially on the offensive side of the ball. As far as passing yards, receiving yards, Anthony Lehman was a guy we had back, but we had no other guys with really yards on the ground or in the air. And now, coming into this season, we have everybody. We have a couple running backs who have all the production. They'll be back. Our quarterback who started our last 9 games, Wyatt Toole. Anthony Lehman, of course, I mentioned him. Jacob Furco, who ended up making a lot of big plays for us, was our leading wide receiver. And, even a kid like Lucas Veliska, who played defense for us, and then also offense, and Cam Andrzejewicz, who played some varsity time as well. So all these guys have kind of been there on Friday night, and we're excited for those guys to take the next step of, just playing with more confidence.
Talking about last season, the schedule was a little bit of up and down. You started off with 2 games toward the beginning, and then evened out there toward the NCC play. How do you make of last year's season?
Well, I thought last year's season we battled and we played as hard as we could. I was very proud of that group. It was a very small but resilient senior class of less than 10 players. But as of those guys, I have a tremendous amount of love and respect for them, because we asked them to do a lot because the numbers were low as far as their senior group, like play both ways on the line in the NCC, which is a tall task. And many of those kids did a nice job. But now we're going to have a little more depth with a senior class of around 20, which for us is a nice number, and a lot more seasoned and experienced group. Early in the season we played Michigan City over there. We've never done that here. DAC team on the road out there, tough. And as we found out, Michigan City was a problem for many teams last year. And obviously we had Bishop Chatard here. And then in some of the the NCC games against the teams that ended up being, at the top of the conference last year. We were winning in some of those games, but we just couldn't hold on for 4 quarters.
It's going to be a similar story looking at the schedule ahead. Once again, Michigan City,
Sure.
Central, Hammond Central toward the end of the year rounds out your non-conference schedule. Those are 3 teams for a bigger class.
Yes.
Well, how does that approach of going to the bigger schools in your non-conference?
Well, it's an adjustment, but I think over time here, over the last 4 years especially, it's been a small adjustment. We were the big school in the NCC, or I'm sorry, the GSSC, and then we were the big school kind of in the 3A tournament, and now we're the small school. If you look at enrollment, I believe in the conference, other than Andrean, we're the smallest school enrollment-wise, and we're one of the smaller 4A schools. So every time we step on the field, we're not going to be bigger than probably next to anybody we play. So how do we overcome that? How do we, that's where developing depth comes. When you play bigger teams, they're trying to wear you out for 4 quarters. So we need to get some guys ready to go to play late in games for us against some of those, deep teams like Lake Central and Michigan City, especially in the line.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Have you heard? Strachan-Manteau was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Strachan-Manteau.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Yeah, early on into this offseason here, I don't want you to give away any secrets going into the next season. Was there any changes to your offense and your defense from last year to this year?
Wind's picking up, getting us. Changes, we change a little bit every year due to the personnel we have. I'm always, one of the things I still love about coaching is the ability to just keep learning. Learning from other coaches, learning from my own self-scouting, watching film and seeing how these new pieces we have fit. And then you always change offense and defensive scheme a little bit based on the pieces that you have at the time that the kids can do best.
Who are some of your coaches and from your past that have really inspired you the most for a philosophy like that?
Oh, I was thinking about it yesterday. I have been one of the most blessed coaches around. I told our coaches yesterday, like, I'm 49, okay? So when I started coaching, there was a whole group of coaches that I got to work with who are all in the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. My high school, my uncle Bob Bartolomeo is the head coach of UND. He's in the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. My high school coach, Rick Wimmer, had a lot of success at a lot of schools. He's in the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. Leroy Marsh, who I was on his staff. Coach Jeff Yelton, who I worked with. Coach Kirk Kennedy. So I got to work with like the best of the best and learn really the right way to treat kids and the right way to coach football. And I am very, very fortunate.
With all those names, what was it like going from now your first season as the Hanover Central head coach
Mhm.
now to your second season?
Um, I'm excited about the second season. You know, the first season is always a little bit more difficult. You do a lot of listening. I did a lot of observing and a lot of learning. And then the second season, you kind of start making a little more tweaks as the kids get a little more used to you being the head coach. You know, I've been here for years, since 2021 as an assistant or a head coach, but this is the second year as a head coach. So I think it's just a little bit easier transition now that we've all got to know each other a little bit more. And I've spent a little more time, you know, like last year, I was driving in from Lake Central and finishing here after school. Now I work here, so I'm around the kids all day, every day. It's things like that really help make a difference, relationships-wise with the kids.
What has the support been like from both the administration and the ever-growing community here in Cedar Lake and the surrounding area?
Oh, it's outstanding. The people here want a good football team, and there's so many people who are spend so much time helping you be successful. You'd be so surprised at all the help we get from all the community businesses who donate so much to the football program, from so many parents. Erica Caduti, who is one of our, you know, she basically is like a coach for us. She spends much of her time every day raising money for the football team, doing all the little things that, you know, you need to have a successful football program. So our support and people that are behind us are really outstanding. You know, we're getting new uniforms, and we got another half a set last year. And I tell the kids all the time, I said, you're so fortunate to play in a school that cares so much about you and the football program. So your job now is to perform, practice hard, and not be brats. I mean, because you're a brat if you just get given things and you just, oh yeah, like just because I'm here, I get it. No, these things were earned by the work of others that were here, players before you, and parents and community members and people raising money. So it's really a community effort when a football program is successful. That's for sure.
How has the buy-in been in the weight room this offseason?
Yeah, it's non-negotiable. You have to be in the weight room. So if you're not in the class, then you come with us after school. Our guys like to lift. We have a new strength coach this year, who's straight out of Purdue, Coach Jay. He's been outstanding, kind of young blood in there, getting our guys going. And we've been really excited about him and what our kids have been doing in the weight room, who, you know, they're in the class during the day all school year long. So that's been really, that's an advantage too.
Were there any changes you've been planning to make going from your first year to your second year here as head coach?
Not really. I mean, I just think I'm going to work on, you know, teaching the kids the concept of leadership. We're going to have a leadership course in class this summer. So we're going to start doing that when we come out in June. So before we come out every day, there's just going to be some items of leadership they're going to learn as a group, and some things that are acceptable that we're looking for, some things on a team that are not acceptable. And we're going to clearly define those behaviors, and we're going to show kids on film of what we want, and then obviously what we don't want and why. So it's very clear to them what a Hanover Central Wildcat looks like and performs like and acts.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Is there any game or games in particular that stand out to you this year?
Well, no, because each week is a war. I was watching your interview with Coach Buzz, and he couldn't be more right about Friday is like a relief or agony, and it's so true. There's either the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, but to do this for a number of years, you really have to love the process. And I really do. Like, I love the Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, this time of year, like the putting it all together part. And then the actual game is such a quick snapshot of a culmination of long weeks. But I still enjoy the preparation part as much as anything, really.
What do you have a particular, so you brought up the different days, is there anything particular part of the process that you love more than any other? Like, you love crunching film during this time. Is there any particular part of the process you love the most?
I love grinding out, getting in the, I like being a participant. You know, like, I like being, that's why I still do it. Like, I like rolling up my sleeves, being with a group of people, a group of coaches, a group of kids, and getting after it for a new challenge each week. I like all of it. I like to practice. I do like the film piece, of course, and you know, coming up with plays and such, and to beat an opponent. That part is still gets a lot of juice going, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
As we get closer here to the red zone, I want to ask you some rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire, got it.
If you weren't a football coach, what would you do?
If I wasn't a football coach, I would really like to. I'm a car guy, so I really like to own like a car dealership and sell cars and classic cars, work on cars.
I like that. What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
The best piece of advice I've ever been given is just treat others as you would like to be treated. And I really try to treat all the kids on the team like my own sons, who I'm hard on, but I love them too. So I really try to spend time with each kid on the team. And I always tell them, like, when we're not coaching you anymore and we're not on you, it means, you know, we don't care. We never want kids to feel that way. We always want them to feel like they're important, and we want to coach them to become better. And I always try to treat kids and everybody like how I would like to be treated.
Favorite moment of your coaching career up to this point?
Favorite moment of my coaching career, you know, prior to my sons playing here, and I got to enjoy just being a coach and watching my sons play and have a lot of success. That's my favorite part of my coaching career. My years at Maryville were very special to me because I went to Maryville High School, and it kind of instilled a foundation of everything that I believe to be important in football. And the group of kids we had at the time were very, very special to me. So, like, you know, a lot of it is good moments. My time at Munster High School with great people couldn't have been better. And even with some challenges at Lake Central, I have no regrets. The kids were great to me. So it's all great. I know it's about outcomes, but when you see a kid, you know, at the store, or some kid stops you that I had years ago, they don't remember anything except how our relationship was. And that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing.
Favorite Hanover Central tradition?
Favorite Hanover Central tradition is probably, I like our team meals on Thursdays. I like that we're on the field for the national anthem. You know, a lot of teams aren't. That's cool, but we are. I like our walkout, you know, and how we come out. It's weird because this is all grown so fast that it was literally started at nothing, and we're still like adding things because we're still trying to establish things. You know, we just put you know, Lake Show and Brotherhood, because those have been two staple parts of our program, wraps in the locker room. I know that this whole thing is just still really new, so we're still building as we speak, and that's exciting too.
What sport translates best to football?
What sport translates best to football? I think track and wrestling. I think those two sports. Wrestling, of course, for the obvious reasons, and track, of course, tracks is, everybody thinks track is running, and it is, but a lot of it is skill. Hurdles, long jump, pole vault, and obviously explosive type of activity. It really lends itself well to football.
Who was your role model growing up?
My role model growing up was my dad and my grandpa, and those guys are not with us anymore, but I carry the things that I learned from them every day, and they're special to me.
As we cross the goal line here, what is one thing you want to tell everyone listening for the Hanover Central football program going into 2026?
One thing that I just want to say, the Hanover football program for 26 is we're here for you. We're working. We can't wait to get out there and make you proud.
There we go. You heard it here first, everybody, from Coach Tony Bartolomeo here on Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.